Wow, what's going on, Cardinal Nation? Well, man, very tough loss tonight. A close game, and boy, we kept coming back in this game and made it close. In the end, we end up losing 10-9 to the Toronto Blue Jays. So Toronto guaranteed a series win against us. So, fortunately, have now lost three straight. It's their first time losing three straight in a while, I guess, since like April. Uh, that we last lost three straight games. So, yes, we kept battling back in this one, and uh, frustrating thing about this was I think that if Toronto did not score 2 runs in the ninth, we could have tied it in the ninth, and potentially could have won it, but it is what it is. So, the Blue Jays take a early 3-0 lead in the top of the first, a 3-run home run by second baseman Andres Jimenez, uh, scoring Bo Bichette and Alejandro Kirk. For Jimenez, just his fourth of the year. Uh, and so that would make it 3-0 Toronto early on. And they would then go up 4-0 in the top of the fourth. RBI single by rookie Alan Roden. That would make it 4-0 Toronto. Then the bottom of the fourth, RBI single by Nolan Arenado to score Brendan Donovan, who was leading off the inning and would be hit by a pitch, so that would make it 4-1. And then Nolan Gorman with a 3-run home run to tie it up 4-4. So just like that, we would be tied, but fortunately not for long. Toronto go back on top 5-4 in the top of the fifth. RBI double by Addison Barger. That'll make it 5-4. And then a sacrifice fly by George Springer to make it 6-4. And that would be the end of the game for Miles Michaelis. He would get through 5 innings, give up 6 runs on 9 hits when only strike out 2. So it was a bit of a rough start for Miles. But a scoreless 6th inning for the lefty John King. He would then go back out there for the 7th, but then will be charged 2 runs, a 2-run home run by Alejandro Kirk off of Kyle Leahy, the first batter that Kyle would face. So those 2 runs would be charged to King. So that making an 8-4 Blue Jays lead, and Blue Jays starter Chris Bassett would make it through 7 innings despite allowing 4 runs, would strike out only 3. So, and then in the bottom of the 8th, down 8-4, Nolan Arenado with a 2-run home run to make it 8-6 for Arenado, his 8th of the year. And that home run by Gorman was his 3rd of the season, and RBIs 12, 13, and 14. So that would make it an 8-6 game. And so just hoping to only be down by 2 heading to the bottom of the 9th. And Chris Roycroft on the mound to start out the 9th. As he would then give up 3 hits, RBI single by Jimenez to make it 9-6, and then a wild pitch as Alejandro Kirk would score on a wild pitch to make it 10-6. And so instead of being down by 2 entering the bottom of the 9th, we'd be down by 4. And Mason Wynn would reach first on an infield hit, then a single by Herrera would put runners on first and third, and Joel Pozo pinch hitting as Brendan Donovan also had to leave the game. Of course, he was hit by a pitch earlier in the game, so that might have been the reason why. He now has a 12-game on-base streak against the Blue Jays. He's gotten on base in, I guess, every single game he's appeared in against Toronto when he debuted back in 2022. So, so hopefully nothing serious for Donovan. I mean, he's been definitely our most valuable player so far this season. So he was pinch hitting. Pozo was. Actually, Ryan Valade took over, and then he was pinch hit for. And then down by 3, down to our final out, with the Blue Jays closer on the mound, Jeff Hoffman. On the first pitch, he would give up a long 3-run home run to Wills Contreras to make it a 1-run game at 10-9, his 8th of the year. So down by 1, Alec Burleson trying to perhaps tie it or, put the tying run on. However, on the very next pitch, he would ground out. So, man, definitely disappointing, to come that close to tie it. Definitely stinks. And yeah, if Toronto would have not have scored any runs in the top half of the inning, that home run by Contreras would have ended it and would have given us the win. So it could have been our third walk-off win of this homestand. So, but yes, hopefully we can salvage a game in the series tomorrow afternoon. It'll be Matthew Liberatore getting the start against. Actually, the Blue Jays have not announced a starter for tomorrow afternoon's game. So, so Liberatore, who only made it through 4 innings his previous outing against the Royals, has been a bit shaky his past 2 starts. Hopefully he can look to make it a good outing in this one, but facing a good Toronto team. So till Wednesday, final game before we head to Milwaukee, start a 4-game series with the Brewers. So till then, I'm saying go Cards.